Has the Orville season 4 really been greenlit? No. Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. So for once, it's not me dropping the bomb. I'm going to drop another bomb instead. And I'm going to say, actually, that this story is nearly true. It's 90% true. But it has been bouncing around the internet in the last 48 hours or so that, according to sources, the Orville Season 4 has been greenlit. And we will be getting an announcement soon. I immediately got on to people I speak to, and I wanted to find out whether this was true or not. Now, I'm actually being told that in the last couple of weeks, there has been progress. Disney, as I've told you guys before, have always wanted to keep Seth Macfarlane and the Orville within their stable of TV shows. They want Seth Macfarlane, who has gone over and doing a lot of his stuff through Peacock at the moment, and they saw the Orville as a way of basically keeping Fuzzy Bear Productions, his production company, on side, and they really don't want to lose that relationship. That was their main driving force, apparently, for the Orville. It's a show that they do enjoy. They did initially have conversations, which was basically, look, the Orville's great, but we've got to make it for less. It can't have the budget Horizons had. We just don't have, there isn't the base of fans there. But also, we need more of it. It cannot be a show that gets made every 3 years, because it doesn't, anything with a TV show like this, you get the core fans, and then you get the casual viewer. And the casual viewer tends to outnumber the core fans about 2 to 1. So 2/3 of your audience are casual viewers. They come and go. They are very easy to lose. Your core fans, the Orville, really big fans, they will follow the show wherever it goes. They'll wait 5 years for a new series. They're not bothered. Casual fans won't. They want to know that a new show is coming. So basically, we can't have what we've had in the last few years with Orville of big long gaps between series. The main reason why there's big long gaps between series, partly it was COVID and then it was the strikes, but also it's because Seth MacFarlane insists on writing all of the episodes himself. He obviously then stars in it, and it's quite an expensive show to make, and Seth MacFarlane has got lots of other projects on the go, like Ted, that was a huge hit and will definitely be coming back for a second season. So it does make it difficult to fit it into his schedule, and he insists on doing everything himself. I hear that, yes, there has been progress towards season 4. Disney would like to do it. Hulu will have to do it if Disney tell them to. And there are really good conversations still going on between Fuzzy Bear and Disney, whether it is Hulu, about a season 4. But they want reassurances that the TV show will get more than one season every 3 years. They want a season every year. They want potentially spin-offs of the Orville, and they want a bit of the humour to come back into the show. They need a show that is a little bit more like the first 2 seasons rather than Horizons. They need Fuzzy Bear to agree to this, and the problem that they've got is Seth MacFarlane kind of needs to let go a little bit. He needs to not write every episode himself. He needs to maybe not star in it. This is something I've told you guys repeatedly before, that really, for the show to survive, it needs to not be Seth MacFarlane's pet project anymore. Those are the conversations that are happening right now. So is it greenlit for season 4? No, it isn't. Not quite. But apparently it is really moving forwards, and I think that's where this rumour has come from, basically. I think people are jumping the gun a little bit. There is definitely good news out there, and this is the closest we've been in the last 18 months or so to 4th season of the Orville. But we're not quite there just yet. There are also production issues in that I believe Seth MacFarlane's already been working on the scripts for season 4, or storylines at least. So I actually think from a pre-production point of view, we could move on quite quickly. But there is a matter of rebuilding certain sets, putting sets back up. I still think there are issues with agreeing a budget. From a couple of conversations I've had with people that do get to speak to, there's been a little bit of a problem with just the amount Fuzzy Bear expect, Hulu expect, and what they then want to produce. There seems to be disagreements between whether this should be pew 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 space battles and show, or more people driven. I personally think it should be more person driven. Person driven generally is cheaper. Even though we want a cool space battle or two, we don't need maybe as much as we got in Horizons. So, yeah, I don't think this is a show that will ever really have Star Trek levels of special effects, etc. And if that's what they're aiming at, I think they're missing the point of the Orville slightly. Oh, itchy nose. I actually think the comedy and stuff and doing something that's a little bit different. I actually think if they brought the Orville back as well, it would destroy the Galaxy Quest idea of bringing back Galaxy Quest TV series, because I would just argue the Orville does it better. So, yeah, that could be a problem for those guys. But, yeah, if they've got enough sense over at the Orville and Disney to do a show that comes in at a reasonable budget, goes back to the core audience of sci-fi fans that also enjoy the humour, then I actually think this show could very easily have a season a year and be very successful and enjoy a couple of spin-offs. But until that happens, and until Seth MacFarlane gets a writer's room and a team to actually do this that doesn't require his constant supervision, it's not going to happen. Will we get characters like Grayson back? I actually think Adriana Palicki probably won't come back to the Orville, but I think other actors will. But I think that, again, just to get the actors back, there's going to be a need for reassurance that not only is this show going to get made, but the next show will get made at a reasonable time frame. Because, actors can't afford to work just for 3 months every 3 years. It just can't happen. But I do think Adriana Palicki is probably, maybe that boat has sailed, which is a bit of a shame, because Grayson, I hear, particularly in the early conversations with bringing back the Orville, was going to be brought back as the captain, and Seth was going to step back. I'm not sure that is still possible. But let's wait and see. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can go to patreon.com/SciTrek, where most of our new videos do appear first, and you get to see them without the adverts, you lucky bunnies. As always, please stay safe. Don't forget to put a comment in and tell me what you think of this story. And as always, I'll see you next time.